Wow. Was I on mute the whole time? Was I on mute the whole time? Holy. What's going on? What's going on, people? Big broadcast. Somebody should have told me I was on mute. Holy. What's going on? What's going on? My God. Well, welcome. We're gonna have to adjust and edit the first few minutes of that podcast. Well, welcome to everybody, man. Like I said, like the stream, we're sipping on tea. We're watching ourselves, and then we're gonna get into some tea. You know what I mean? If this is your first time, man, like I said, like the stream, I'm gonna talk about the freak offs, man. You know what I mean? If you want to support the movement any other way, get the super chats up. But the easiest way to support your boy is get the likes up. Let's start off with that. I'm gonna put y'all onto a song that I really enjoy. I really, really enjoy this track. And it's by an unexpected OG, man. Let's go, man. By the way, fair use. YouTube's gonna play with me, but we're gonna have some fun with it. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Jones is the oldest yacht YN. It's funny as hell. I find it hilarious, man. My thing is, right, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get to it, but I have to play another one, man. I don't know what it is, but I'm just feeling it tonight. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Smash the like button as y'all come in, as y'all vibing in. Y'all feeling it tonight? I'm on my like I'm on my Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. You know what I mean? We're gonna have some championships, man. We're gonna have some championships, and I want people to come in first before I get to the main topics. You know what I mean? I'm only gonna play like two or three songs as we vibing tonight, man. We vibing. It's a Friday night. I hope everybody had a good week. Y'all were productive, got things done. You know what I mean? But we got to get into the championship bags. Fair use. I know you two's gonna play with me, so let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. On the back end, I'm gonna do my editing. But let's go with this. Mm. Mhm. Of course, when it goes to the bars and goes to the hardest things, it starts lagging and playing games. Welcome to the stream, man. Like the stream as we go by, man. We're about to have some fun here. I don't know if I'm gonna do a long stream, but I'm gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna cover a lot of things. I actually covered this topic a lot earlier, but there's some points that I want to make and points that I really want to really, really funnel through as we go through this, right? Because the fact remains is this whole trial pertaining to, you know, specifically Joy Taylor, right? And everybody who was dealing with her at Fox Sports One is crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And it's not what you think. So I put a poll. I'm gonna give y'all some perspective. Um, give me a second. Give me a second. Let's play the track. Let's play the track. I'm gonna give y'all some. Let's go back. Go. Mm. Like I said, y'all, smash the like button. My ish is lagging, but we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do not worry. You don't have to worry. And don't you be afraid. 6 people in the building, 9 in the building, man. Smash that like button. Let's go. About to have fun with we having fun with it. Having fun with it, man. And the key here is that people are coming for the truth, man. Because oftentimes media lies to us, especially mainstream media, and this exposed again media, dog. Mainstream media was exposed.
Call her mama
Let's
like I
go.
shouldn't have did it. Watch my dream shatter in the instant. I'm on a visit posing for the picture. Like I'm going for my promise time.
Bro, this lagging like an MF. I apologize, people. But in the meantime, before we get to it, like the stream, gonna have some fun tonight, Friday night. I'm not gonna do a long one, man. I'm not gonna long stroke you, but I need to prepare you. Yes, I need to prepare you. I have to blow myself up. I have to prepare y'all.
I'm like, I
Mm. Uh, mm, mm, mm. These are deep bars, man. Of course, it's man. God is playing with us tonight, man. God is playing with us tonight. We got to fight back, I guess. The algorithm is playing with us tonight. Oh my God. But I don't care. I frankly don't care. I'm happy that we're here, we're vibing, and the people who are genuinely here to support the movement and actually here to support, man, because this is bigger than the FS1, Fox Sports One, and everything in between. This is huge. No Diddy. Well, you can't even say no Diddy because you're referring to Joy Taylor, who has become the center of this whole entire thing, bro. Right? And this is the exposure, really, of sports media, y'all. Right? It's a reckoning. Let's finish up. Baby. Hey, man, they're closing up all the schools and all the prisons getting open. That's a bar. That's a bar, and it's not really a huge bar because it exposes the truth, right? The truth is society's cooked, y'all. And when I say society's cooked, it's like so dependent on systems sustaining themselves and feeding the beast, right? What am I talking about? Give me a second. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it because it connects, though. It connects. Let's go, man. Let's go.
had to beat the streets, beat the system, beat racism, beat poverty. And now we made it through all that. We had the championship.
Mm, it's a fact, though. It's a fact, though. All right. So recently, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. But recently, there's been a beef. There's been a beef. Okay. And this is going to jump off what I've been talking about from this whole thing. And my whole premise, again, is based off a poll that I put on my YouTube, on my channel. All right. So if y'all get the chance, if you go actually on my channel, bro, Let's pause on the song. Let's take a second on the song. So I did a poll, all right, on my community tab, and within that community tab, I asked everybody, right? Or I asked at least my audience and people who had any kind of interest or wanted to, you know what I mean, wanted to actually investigate what they thought of having females or women, just women in general, as broadcasters, right? Right. So if you when they say broadcaster, meaning in sports media, right? So here is the poll: do women belong in sports media? Explain your vote. We got about 57% said yes, 43% said no. Right? This is critical. This is critical. That means, a little more than 50% actually believe that women have a role in sports media to play. But there's still 43% who say no. Okay, why did they say no? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. There's been a recent beef that kind of explains this. So we're gonna start it off with this. We're gonna spark it off. We're gonna spark it off, man. Smash that like button, people. If you're new here, if you haven't ever seen me or some of my exploits over here, I want y'all to smash that like button, man. Support your boy. We're having fun
Saturday is
today.
successful or not does not.
This is the wrong video. That's not what I wanted to show. No. Nah. That's not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show a video explaining why Joy Taylor. Well, this is Jason Whitlock's reaction to uh, Cam Newton and the intersection related to Joy Taylor and this whole drama. Now let's go.
Cam Newton yesterday talking about me and going off how I'm not that guy. Play the clip.
Hey, Jason Whitlock. Hey, my guy. No, you're not my guy. Guy. Come here. You're not that guy, pal.
Okay, why is it freezing and lagging? It is what it is. Let's go.
You're not. That big rack of hers, that's inappropriate. That butter skin, that's inappropriate. Like, bro, you're not that guy. So to comment on something like this, bro, stay in your lane. Whether Joy did what she did, the accusations are true or not, stay.
So to give proper context on this, a few weeks ago, Jason Whitlock was given a commentary, right, pertaining to Joy Taylor at FS1. Now, if you don't know the allegations of what happened, it was a 42-page lawsuit, right, sent out by a hairdresser called New Sheen, right? Give me a quick second, y'all. Hold on. So a hairdresser at FS1, Fox Sports 1, had allegedly, let me cue it up, had allegedly put Joy Taylor, and if you see from the thumbnail and everything else, Joy Taylor, right? Skip Bayless, Fox, and a bunch of executives from Fox as people who had set up a toxic work environment and had caused her to not only lose her job, but have severe damages, individual damages to her life. You know what I mean? So in that 42-page lawsuit, it really went in on Joy Taylor, right? The most shocking allegation that Joy Taylor slept her way to the top, meaning that she got promoted not just based on her skills, but she got paid by being a thought, by being a whore, by being a CUM receptacle, man. I'm not gonna play with you, man. You know what I mean? Like the stream, man. I can say a lot, but let's hear Jason Whitlock's initial commentary that led to uh Cam Newton's commentary.
I'm at Fox Sports at the time, and I ran into some friction because I I didn't want a woman on a show that I was doing.
Keep in mind on that poll that I put up, right? I put up that poll, right? People poll again. About 43% of guys do not like having women in sports media. I personally, I'm cool with it. I just think that sometimes it has to be the right placement and it has to make sense. All right, let's go.
At Fox Sports. And so this is in 2015, 16 at the very beginning. And I can remember they brought Joy Taylor in for a test on the show that I was doing. Yeah, this is at the time when I was going to be initially doing my own show, and Cowherd was doing something else. And just keeping it all the way real, uh, uh, Charlie Dixon wanted her to be involved with my show. And so we brought her in for a test. And I didn't think the test went well. And I let everybody know, hey, I don't think this test went well. I don't want, this isn't the direction I wanted to go. I was trying to play nice and trying to meet them halfway in terms of okay, you guys are insisting on a woman being on this show because that's what everybody wants. And I was like,
I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not a fan of Jason Whitlock. I think Jason Whitlock is a coon and he gives horrible takes on a lot of things. But I will give him this credit. He has been on effing fire this week, especially this commentary. Let's
well,
go.
you need to bring a grown ass woman on the show if it's going to be with me. It can't be at this time. This is 10 years ago. Joy Taylor's probably 25, 26 years old. You talking about, I mean, I got a lot of discipline, but 25
Peanut butter and cans in the chat.
year old with
Peanut butter skin and cans in the
them big
chat.
cans and that peanut butter skin who has nothing to say, at some point I'm going to lose respect. And I'm like, well, the only thing
Big cans and peanut butter skin in the
she's
chat.
got to offer is them big cans and that peanut butter skin. And so
Oh,
if I got to put up with this, I might as well enjoy them big cans. And so I said,
bro is basically saying since this woman is so incompetent and I don't trust anything that she says, I just have to smash her. I don't respect this woman. I just have to smash her. That's all she brings to the table is her body and looks. Now let's be real. I'm gonna be real with you. She gives good commentary, but I'm gonna take a guess that she's pretty good in the bedroom too, man. And there's allegations that she had, her yitties done. The big cans are artificially made. Right? Let's go.
no, I don't want to put myself in that position. And so I can remember I brought in
By the way, as much of a CUN raccoon as this dude is, he's absolutely right. If you know that you have a woman at the workplace that might put you in a compromising situation, what you do is you don't get anywhere close to that individual unless it's in a work basis. What am I talking about? If she offers any kind of temptation towards you as a man, your job is very simple, is to not engage. Disengage, actually. Let's go.
Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie Bernstein's around my age, a few years younger, perhaps. But I was like, she's been around the block. She actually has been involved in sports media for a long time. She might have something of substance to offer. And the test we did with Bonnie Bernstein went much better. And I was like, if we're going to go, they were adamant, no Bonnie Bernstein. When I look back in retrospect, when I say they, I'm talking about Jamie Horowitz. And I don't know if I heard from Charlie Dixon on this.
So to give y'all perspective, I'm gonna show you who Bonnie Bernstein is. So Bonnie Bernstein, right, is I think at least in her maybe 50s, right? But compared to Joy Taylor, you know what I mean? It's not even close. She looks pretty good. Joy Taylor looks better, but the reason Jason Whitlock, and you know what the thing is, I think Jason Whitlock prefers this look. He even says he admits to preferring white women. It is what it is. It's fine. You can like what you like. But Jason Whitlock was not down for the brown, but also just for her because he feels like he would have been tempted. Now this one, and also the experience. Now look, I think that's kind of BS. I think the dude just did not get along well with Joy Taylor on that level. Okay, and maybe saw her as somebody who was an opportunist, a social climber. All right, let's
But
go.
I certainly heard from Jamie. They were adamant. No Bonnie Bernstein. And when I look back in retrospect, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I'm just keeping it real. This show is called Fearless. I got to tell you the truth.
And of course, you start lagging when you're saying the truth. Let's go. Stop playing. Let's
So you can
go.
understand these things. When I look back in retrospect, they were like, Bonnie Bernstein, she was 20 years ago. You know, we've had our way with Bonnie Bernstein. That
And that I think is the truth, right? Sports media is a smash fest, bro. It's a smash fest, man. It's a place where people and the system is about fresh meat. Bonnie Bernstein is in her 50s, man. And Joy Taylor at the time when Jason was talking about this 2016, 2017 type ish, she was fresh meat. And the sports media complex is about executives getting their rocks off with younger, more attractive women, man. And that's what Jason is talking about here. Let's go. Let's get in the chat.
we want something fresh and new.
There you go.
And so Bonnie Bernstein, a woman that's pushing 45, 50 at that time, no value, no interest. No one's sexually attracted enough to Bonnie Bernstein at that time to give her the job. And so we didn't do that. I kept holding firm. Next thing you know, me and Cowherd are doing the show together. And Jason McIntyre is going to be our sidekick. And that was a better
Mm.
landing for me than doing the show with a woman. It's I need put me in a guy environment, guys talking. That
In general, I'm gonna be real with you. A show based on sports with exclusively men, it works, man. It's a working formula, right? And having a lady or a woman as a almost moderator or somebody who's hosting, that works really well too. You know what I mean? My thing is when the woman is becoming a distraction to the general product, it's not a good look, right? And there's a lot of women who have great commentary and analysis, but they're not there for just their looks. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. One of the goats. You know what I mean? Doris Burke. She's going to be on your screen right now. People listening on the audio only. Doris Burke, right? Fantastic, fantastic analyst of NBA basketball. Great. You know what I mean? And her looks are not the main driving factor. She has a great smile. It's her commentary, her knowledge of the game of basketball, right? And another person who I think is great as a female commentator, you know what I mean? And it's not me simping or anything like that, you know what I mean? Mina Kimes. I think Mina Kimes gives really good commentary on football. She's never played, but she knows what she's talking about, right? And she's willing to give honest, good commentary, sometimes better than some of the guys. But for the most part, let's keep it a bean. It's guys who are better at talking about sports. Let's just keep it real. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean the women can't. It's just the guys are a lot better at it because guys are more in tune to it. And the audience for sports media is mostly men. You know what I mean? It's not a huge female audience, right? Now, if they're selling sex, right? If you want to sell sex, then okay, guess what you do? I'll help you understand what you do. you get a woman like Joy Taylor, or if you were having sex with her, namely, you know what I mean, what Charlie Dixon was doing, you get somebody like this. Let's go.
Natural. That's what I thought had the most value. Down the road at Fox Sports, Christine Leahy, when Cowherd left the show, uh, Christine Leahy wanted to replace Colin Cowherd. I wasn't for that. I considered it because I like Christine Leahy, and what I wanted in that next position, replacing Cowherd, was someone that was
For some context, this is Christine Leahy, right? Attractive woman, right? Does she know as much about football as Jason Whitlock? I don't think so, right? Is she a good hostess or maybe moderator or some type of thing? I think so. But was she really, like, even when she was with Colin out Coward, was she really pushing talking points or at least sports topics with Colin? No, she was more so somebody to bounce back on. You know what I mean? Not necessarily driving the show.
a much more junior position to me than Colin Cowherd. And so, but Christine
And I kind of see that happening. I that would make sense.
Leahy had no interest in that and told me flat out she wanted to do a 50-50 show. And I told Christine Leahy, who I liked, but I told her flat out, I was like, Christine, uh, I can't do a 50-50 show with you. You don't know 50% of what I know. You don't know 20% of what I know.
Okay, that might have been harsh, but it's the truth though. It's the truth.
You're a child, an attractive one, but you're just a child.
That's very awkward and pedophilic to say, bruh. Watch your words with your weird self. But yes, at the time, you know what I mean, it was evident that Jason Whitlock, the fat bastard himself, had way more experience as a sports commentator. And even though some of his takes are garbage, some of them are good, he was correct.
And so I can't do a show that's 50-50 with you. There's some things I could teach you in the junior position, but I would consider it, but 50-50, that's insanity. And that's how I ended up moving to Marcellus Wiley.
And guess what? Marcellus Wiley and him had a great, fantastic version. Speak for yourself.
Stay in your lane,
Now, here's the context y'all needed for that. Let's go.
Jason. All right? Because, bro, like, you're having an outer body experience, and it's time for me to put you back in your body to let you know, bro, you're not that guy, pal.
Yeah.
So whether you want to speak on your 2 cents or not, keep it. Please do.
Yo, just a side commentary. Cam Newton sucks doing commentary and broadcasting, bro. He is not that guy. You are not that guy as a commentator, bro. As a broadcast, the takes are very cringy, very bad, and the delivery, bro. The delivery, oh my god! And look, I'm not here to denigrate that much, but I'm here to speak facts. The bro is not good. And by the way, when Cam Newton came with this, he was getting flamed in his own comments because, bruh, Jason Whitlock, as annoying as he is, he was spitting facts. He was saying the truth. He was saying the truth, man. And you know what? In an age where social media lies, where corporate media is lying, where people are literally lying about how they got their positions, Jason is at least speaking some truth. And let's hear some BS too. Let's hear some BS. This was egregious, y'all. This was egregious, man. Get in the comments, get in the chat. Let me know about what your thoughts about women in sports media. Is it good? Is it bad? Talk to me, chat. Get in the chat. But this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. I don't like the fakeness of these people, right? And Cam Newton, I'm sorry to say, you come off extremely fake, man. Cam Newton, you come off inauthentic as an MFer, bro. And I say this because your defense of Joy Taylor, right? without, fully knowing the understanding of the context and what's being alleged, makes you look like a clown, right? So here's the thing. I would not have an issue with Joy in terms of what she did if she was consistent in her approach. And look at this clip that came up about recently, where yeah, man, hold up. Let's actually look at some clips where Joy Taylor actually exposed herself. Yes, she exposed herself. Let's go.
Jeff Saturday is successful or not does not
By the way, this video was about Jeff Saturday getting hired without merit as the Indianapolis interim head coach.
diminish the fact that the way he got this job was ridiculous and embarrassing and disrespectful to everyone else in the organization.
And guess what? Joy is saying this seated in a seat for a position. I'm blowing myself up. A position that she necessarily didn't earn, that she got off her back. Nasty work. Nasty work. Right? And now she's over here preaching, bro. This nasty work, y'all. Let's go.
Everyone doesn't feel great about this hire in the organization. What it says to everyone.
How do the people feel about your hires and your promotion in the organizations? Allegedly. 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 Okay? I ain't getting sued by Fox or nobody. Allegedly, y'all. All of this is allegedly from the lawsuit. Let's go.
Around the NFL, by the way, not just in-house, is that your hard work doesn't matter. What you put in doesn't matter. You could show up every day. You could get here early. You could leave late. You could put in years, blood, sweat, and tears. And if I have a better relationship with this guy, he's going to get the job over you. Remember that. And believe me, that message is received when you do things like this. So it's not about if Jeff Saturday wins a game over the Raiders.
Isn't this hilarious? That's the corporate media, man. The corporate media is about people who don't earn. Let me not even say corporate media, just corporate in general. These people don't actually earn their keep. They're there because of their connections, because that's my boy, that's my homie, they so on and so forth. She's talking about herself. Let me show you the type of effort that she was dealing with, man. She was dealing with an individual called Charlie Dixon, man. This is the let me blow it up. This is the individual that oh my god, bro. I'm like this hurt in my eyes, man. This is the guy. Man, at a certain point, man, this should inspire some of you ugly MFs. I'm saying this, man. This actually might be inspirational to you ugly ninjas out there, man. You can get it too. This dude has the face only a mother could love. Or a worker could love. A sex worker could love this. A sex worker could love this. Absolutely could. But you have to be spending it. And you have to be spending it and spending it well. And this woman,
It's about the message that you send.
she was letting this ogre face, Shrek looking MF, you know what I mean? Nose, eye looking all crazy MF do the thumping. Do the horizontal bam bam. You dig? For that promotion. Let's go.
About hard work and how it pays off in your organization. And good people that have options don't go to organizations like that.
And that's the key. Right? The allegations from the hairdresser Nushin Faraji frame FS1, Fox Sports 1, is the type of organizations that has a workplace culture that is so disgusting. You need to have this man hump on you in order for you to get promoted. You need to have Quasimodo head ass be grunting on top of you. You need to have the equivalent of a white Shrek. I'm talking about uglier than sin, man. And sin is ugly, man. We have to praise God every day, without ceasing. But let me tell you this, God did not do this man no favors. He had to be successful. He had to get to the banyan before he gets to the not bunyan, The cans. Before he got to the cans, sometimes like sometimes for me, I get insecure about some things, but then I remember I'm not this nigga. Like sometimes you ever feel down and then you remember I'm not that guy. You dig? And then you praise God.
Want to know they have upward mobility. They want to know that their hard work is going to be rewarded and respected. And what the Colts did said, hard work doesn't matter, honey. Relationships do. Sorry about it. And everyone's doubling down on it now.
Ain't that funny? Let's go.
And remember, since we're doing receipts, I'm going to keep those too. Because if you don't have to have requirements, if you don't have to have a resume to get a job, keep that same energy the next time a black coach is up for a job. I don't want to hear a word about what experience he has. What does he call in plays? Jeff Saturday sure wasn't calling no plays. He made that very clear. I am delegating all responsibility except for cheers and motivational speeches to everyone on this staff. So keep that same energy about calling.
She baked in a good point about relationships and sports hiring with her blatant hypocrisy.
Plays. And here's my favorite part about this while I'm ranting. Keeping receipts. The next time a woman's up for a job, I don't want to hear about the experience that she needs to have it. Because I already know she's excellent if she's getting the interview in the first place. So all you are loud and tweeting and celebrating this whole thing and celebrating the fact that you don't need certain kind of accomplishments or resume to get a job, keep that same energy, please.
I think that's the most damning part of the video at the end, is because if these allegations are true, and by the way, they could be false, they could be embellished, they could be all type of things. This makes her look like a complete hypocrite and liar, man. Right? And the thing is, we've created a society that has so many double standards, man. There was a dude, man, on the Boston Celtics, man. You know what I mean? Who you're gonna see this. If you're a sports fan, you already know who I'm talking about. Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka smashed on one of the executives' wives, consensual relationship. They suspended him and fired him. Suspended him and fired him. Consensual relationship within the organization, right? And during this whole drama, it was uncovered that this happens all over the NBA, where executives, people in high power, were having sexual relations with people in their own organization. The difference here is Ime Udoka, somebody who was maybe at a lower position, which is the head coach, smashing on a higher upper management's girl, right? And he got immediately suspended and fired. It was a huge drama, right? In this situation, you have an individual like Joy Taylor who allegedly was hooking up with people at work, allegedly doing all these things in order to get ahead or maybe get on the back, off the back. And it's been a week, nothing has happened, right? And there's been basically a non-comment from Fox, the company that employs Joy Taylor, right? It's the blatant hypocrisy for me, bro. Let's watch another video of hypocrisy. Let's go.
Call, same time. How would I not know how hard it is to do the show I work on? You have to constantly reaffirm that you are good enough, that you belong there, and then always prove.
And this is the craziest part of this, is that there's a lot of women who have lost a lot of respect, but who've actually looked worse because of Joy Taylor. You know what I mean?
So I would just always say you gotta do twice the work to get half the opportunity. But that, to me, the mentality I've always had on it is that just gonna make me better. So that's why I'm excellent. Because I had to be. I couldn't be average. I couldn't be okay. I couldn't be late. I couldn't complain. I couldn't say no. Now I do.
Right.
Hey, man. And I think that's where, I'm not saying that there's a play, but there's a play where she could claim that she was coerced and forced into these things. And she even said so in the lawsuit. My bad. In the lawsuit, she said that if Mr. Quasimodo, and when I say Quasimodo, I'm talking about Charlie MF and Dixon, this MF and ogre. And when I say ogre, talking about this guy, right? If this ogre did not do her bidding, meaning put her in position for higher earnings, higher jobs, she was going to dime him out. She was going to snitch and rat him out and put a fake allegation on him. Look, man, this dude might be uglier than sin itself, but Ogre Shrek, you don't deserve to be done like that. I'm being real. You do not deserve to be done like that. You don't deserve to have a false allegation. And why did she feel comfortable to say that she put an allegation on? She put an allegation on him because you look at this ugly cretin and then look at this woman and you're thinking you're going to most likely believe this woman. Are you going to believe the hunchback of Notre Dame, or are you going to believe peanut butter skin and big cans? Like, what are we doing? Like, what we doing, man? Are you gonna believe peanut butter skin and cans, right? Big cans. I'm talking about maybe they're on the D side. You dig? Or you gonna believe Quasimodo, man? I mean, this a gremlin. Basic human nature, bro. Let's go.
Cause nah, it ain't that.
But
Joy, is she a very attractive woman? Absolutely. And it's not for me to make inappropriate statements, Jason, by saying that.
It's not inappropriate to state facts that she indeed has big cans and peanut butter skin. That's not. Is it maybe crass and unclassy? Yes. But is it inappropriate? I don't believe so.
Rack.
No.
Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, all right, let's put it like this, since we want to get personal. Like, yo, who you
Why? Why would you ask that?
sleeping with?
what she look like?
Bring her to the forefront, him to the forefront, because now you got to be open in these.
Yeah, he's gotta be high.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no shade.
That's a sneak diss. That is shade, man. You call
Hey,
it.
but I'm just keeping it a bug. This
Yeah.
is a person who's, bro, like been a villain in the industry for years. So I'm
Sometimes the villain is correct.
like, bro, we want to see her, him, whoever. I'm not judging you, bro. I'm just saying, don't say no inappropriate things
So you call somebody not that guy and then you say you're not judging them. Man, stop that back talking, man. Just keep it a beat.
like that.
See, this what frustrates me about Cam Newton, man. He'll mix a good point with a horrible point and then try to be on point, man. What is you doing?
And not
Try to be congruent and consistent, man. That's why I think he's not a great broadcaster. He might become good or great, but it's a long way to go,
be
cuz.
questioned about that.
So the first thing Cam Newton has to do for me to fully understand this, who's that guy? What are we talking about here? Define that guy for me, Cam. And I say this in all seriousness. I would love to have this conversation with you on what makes someone that guy. And then ask yourself, do I want to be? Does Jason Whitlock want to be that guy? Because, maybe this is just a misunderstanding about what that guy is and whether or not I want to be it. Here's who I want to be, Cam. I want to be a Christian who provides biblical wisdom to young people and older people who reject, deny, don't fully understand, don't
Of course, it's lagging. Let's go, man.
comprehend the wisdom that's spelled out in the Bible. That's the guy I'm trying to be. And so, to the best of my ability, that's who I am. That's the guy that I want to be. I think Cam is insinuating that I'm not that guy because, in his view, you ain't that guy. You're not knocking off these 304s in television and on Instagram. You're not that guy.
That's exactly what Cam Newton was trying to say. Cam Newton is trying to say that Jason Whitlock does not have the swag to be smashing on attractive women. That is objectively untrue because y'all believe this is that guy? Do you honestly, in your damn right mind? By the way, for the audio only listeners, I have a picture of Mr. Ogre himself, Charlie Dixon. Do you believe this guy's that guy? Right? Let me show you something else. Even me, I'm gonna be real. Look at this other guy. Do you think that Carlton Banks Jr. is that guy? Do you think this guy's that guy? Right? No, you know what these people are? They're not only ugly in just looks, but they're ugly in spirit. Right? If you go out of your way to just usurp people and get over on people just for your own personal gain, right? And all you thinking about is your own personal ambition and you're willing to do whatever to get there, which is like sleeping with people who are above you, right? Just to get to the top of your corporate ladder, you're an ugly person. You're an ugly person. You don't have integrity, bruh. You don't have honesty. You're fake, right? And you're not the type of person who is good. I never rock with Emmanuel Acho. I think he has a condescending attitude, bro. Like I'm better than you. He's annoying. He's obnoxious. I don't rock with him. And his football commentary is weak. Like it's weak. It's mild. You know what I mean? I prefer Marcellus Wiley. And on top of that, it was alleged, at least from what Marcellus Wiley said, that this dude was conspiring against him for like 2 some years against Wiley to get him out the paint. So you're a snake. Takes one to know one, allegedly. Right? And let me say something, man. To be that guy, meaning like this ogre, means you have to pay a woman to smash you. You have to go out of your way to do that and be a trick. You're really not that guy. If you're really that guy, she'll want to sleep with you because she wants to sleep with you, not because you're going to offer her an opportunity to make more money. You know who does that? Prostitutes do that. You know who pays for pum pum? Tricks do that. So that guy, in quotes, is a trick. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, since when does being the type of person who's paying for pee, right? Paying for kitty cat made you the guy or a guy, right? Made you a guy where you have to promote from the bottom. You're not doing it with your mouth, with your charisma, with your swag, your leadership, and none of that. You're doing it because she knows that you're a stepping stone. You're a ladder to where she wants to go. You're a level, right? Since when does that make you the guy or a guy? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You can't
You know?
talk about these women that are sleeping their way to the top because you're not that guy. You're not betting those women. And what I would say, Cam, is you're right. I'm not that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I'm trying to be a guy that reaches people like Cam Newton and say, being that guy is an actual mistake. And to not to a full degree, but to a lesser, I've been that idiot guy. Cam, you had a father that was a minister or is a minister. Get off that damn podcast and just go talk to your daddy. And y'all open up a Bible and then ask yourself, are the things you're promoting, are they in alignment with what's in this book? Maybe you don't care about that book. Say that. But right, Jason, you ain't that guy. You right. I don't want to be that guy. I reject that guy. That guy was an idiot.
That guy's a simp. That guy's a simp. right? An individual who's willing to not only jeopardize their career, but be essentially a slave to the woman that they're smashing. A dude who's in a work love triangle with the boss and and a coworker. That doesn't make you that guy. That makes you a simp. Don't deal with women at work. Let's start off with that. But if you are dealing with women at work, don't make them people who are underneath you, your subordinates. Right? Like, what are we doing, man? Cam Newton's such a effing goofy, man. And by the way, Jason Whitlock too is a goofy, but on this particular take and particular subject, he's spitting facts, man. Get in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. Does being that guy entail being a simp? I think it is, because if you're simping for your coworker over here and her job again is to work, you know what I mean? But she uses her body to get ahead. You're a simp if you fall in that trap. If you are just looking at her body and her looks and you're thinking that this is what you need to get ahead, and you start simping all over, you are not that guy, man. You're not that guy, pal.
You don't have to be one, Cam, not forever. I used to be one. You don't have to be one forever. And some of you other athletes, you don't have to be an idiot forever. And yes, I know that there's a lot of rewards that the world will offer you for being an idiot and promoting idiocy and promoting death and destruction to young black people. And you just keep staying in that child sacrifice cult of that whole leftist movement. And you keep on worshiping mama, and you keep on worshiping black women, and you keep on making sure that everything out of your mouth pleases a woman. And then you keep looking at the results. The results.
And that's a big point for a bigger conversation, man. If you're the type of person who's following your meat and letting your meat follow you, you turn into Cam Newton. Cam Newton has 8 kids with like 3 baby mamas, man. It's not a good look. That's not a good look, family. Not a good look. And to the point where Cam Newton now, he's making way less money than he made when he was in the NFL. It's pretty evident. Think about it like this, right? Where's that money gonna come for child support? Unless everybody's living under the same roof, or you don't need to pay child support, God willing. But you're having 8 kids with 3 baby moms, bro. That's not a good look. The only way that could somehow work is if there were sister wives. But if you're not pulling that off, you're making horrible decisions led by your dick, man. You're not that guy for that. And I hate that the chat is silent. Chat, be silent. It's all good. But the fact remains, chat, get in here. I want to hear y'all talk. The fact remains, you're not that guy, pal. And you're getting absolutely deep fried cooked by the fat bastard himself. That's embarrassing. Let's go. Of course it freezes. Of course it freezes when I need it to go and
That
it's not going.
everything out of your mouth
Of course it's
pleases
freezing.
a woman.
Hmm.
And then you keep looking at the results. The results will not be good. And so, yes, I mean, this man talking about what I said about Joy Taylor is inappropriate. What? What was inappropriate? She got a big rat? And me trying to tell other men, don't get distracted by that big rat. There's a lot of things that come along with it.
It's a fantastic message to warn men about, especially not even young men, just old men.
It will cost you your job. It will have you out here looking like a fool, and a simp. And it's me trying to say, don't be a simp like Emmanuel Acho.
Exactly. Exactly right. Look at Emmanuel. This is something that's even a bigger topic here. You know what I mean? And it gets really, really deep. I'm sharing the screen right now. You look at a guy like Emmanuel Acho here on your screen. Doesn't he just look like a simp? Like, doesn't he just look like he's pandering to everything? Man, look, he leaning in. He leaning in, man. If y'all know about body language, what is this? What is this? Like, what are we doing, bro? He looks like a sim. You know what I mean? Like he looks even as ugly as Quasimodo over here, man. Ugly, man. And if you're listening on the podcasting platforms, I'm showing pictures of these ogres. And guess what? Jason Whitlock ain't a looker either, but Jason Whitlock at least has the wisdom to say, hey, I'm not playing with fire. Let's
Put a
go.
big rack and some peanut butter skin in front of me. Yeah, I'll do a show with Joy. And it was a disaster. And me, I said, nice rack. Love that peanut butter skin. I'm good.
Smart. Smart decision. Smart as hell. It's wisdom. Wisdom, though, right? When you see something that could cause you issues, you don't run to the fire. I mean, by the way, LA fire is going on, man. I wish everybody, you know what I mean? We're praying for those people. That's horrible. And, democratic governments, liberal governments, what do you expect? Disorder. Disorder. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. By the way, Ohio
Not gonna
and
do it.
oh,
Not going to
okay,
give
man.
her
Hold
leverage.
on, hold on. Ohio State Buckeyes versus Texas Longhorns is a tie game right now. For anybody who's interested, any people into football, I don't know why today. I don't even feel like streaming. Streaming, I'm not feeling it today. It is what it is. It's a weird. It's a weird. Right after this, I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch the game. Weird day, but I'm sacrificing. I'm doing this for y'all. I don't feel like streaming a podcast and doing content. Have no idea. Today just doesn't feel right. It is what it is. Let's finish off. Let's finish this off. I'm gonna give my final commentary and people. I'm gonna pop out and peel out. Let's go. Of course, when I need it to go, it doesn't go. What the hell is going on today? Not my day, y'all.
Because
Not
she can
my
get
day
leverage
with the
all
tech.
kinds. She ain't got to give me none to have leverage over me. All she's got to do is not give me some to have leverage over me. Well, Jason asked for some of this, and I told him no. Now she's got leverage over me. I'm giving you common sense, street smart. It's biblical wisdom, but it works in the streets as well. Quit giving these women leverage over you. They're going to take you straight to hell. What do you think the Bible is about? What do you think the garden was about?
Nice.
Are you really this stupid?
It's facts though.
You have to develop the character, the courage, the strength, the wisdom to say, I'll go Bell Biv DeVoe. Never trust a big butt and a smile.
Ain't that the truth though? Right? Don't put yourself in compromising positions. And the older you get, the more wisdom you get, you realize that's not the right thing to do. If you know that you're gonna fall for big cans and peanut butter skin, then don't put yourself in a position where that can jeopardize your whole career. You dig?
That's that guy, a guy with a brain, Cam,
Yeah, exactly. Cam is effing stupid.
that's lived long enough to know what goes along with turning your life over to your penis. It doesn't end well. You will be STD riddled, baby mama and child support riddled. Your son,
I mean, that is a fact, though. You will have a lot of STDs if you're chasing Punani. I mean, obviously, let's say you're courting women and you're having maybe relations and you just out there spitting it, but chasing? Nah, it doesn't end
will
well.
be confused about what a man is And the next thing you know, you and what's the girl's name? I can't even think of what's the girl's name that Dwayne Wade's married to. That's a
Gabrielle Union.
demon.
And you're correct. She is a demon. Let's
Whatever her name is, dark. She got that chocolate skin and a decent rack. But
go.
next thing you know, you and your son will be in a dress somewhere.
Oh man, that and a decent rack. That's kind of funny. You know what I mean? But Gabrielle Union is a dime piece. I'm not gonna lie, she a dime. But you can't tell me that she didn't influence Dwayne Wade to do this with her son. And I'm gonna still say son. I'm sorry. I consider this a boy. I consider this a boy. No matter, I'm not gonna no man. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna use preferred pronouns or whatever this is a boy, man. This is a boy that's been hypnotized or at least influenced by, not only media, but the parents' dysfunction. I blame the parents for this. Because why would they push their boy to be this? Man, I'm not like, I ain't trying to get canceled, but bro, like, we got to do better as parents, y'all. And as a former fan of Dwayne Wade, you know what I mean? I believe that this lady came in his life and influenced him to go in that direction. I believe it. I believe it. If he influenced, you know, this to happen to his son, if Dwayne Wade influenced his son to become like this, I think that's even more troublesome. It's a lot easier to believe that she had an effect, right? And hopefully that's not the case. But this is what's happening, bro. You know what I mean? Married to somebody who might be leading to your downfall. I hope not. I hope not. But your son should not, especially if he's under 18, should not be like this, bro. You become 18, live your life. You know what I mean? But under the age of 18, this is what we doing? Nah.
Where? Because he don't know what a man is. Because you've been led around by your penis.
Mm.
And trust me, there's the most unholy place on earth is a man's penis. I know mine is.
I disagree with that entirely. Okay. Bro was cooking with fish grease and all of a sudden he got cold. I don't think that ain't it, Chief.
Very unholy. Never thinks a good
Maybe yours is. Mine's heavenly.
thought. Don't miss a second.
I mean, he was cooking with fish grease until that last few sentences. He was actually pretty moronic for that last few sentences. But the fact remains, his overall premise, right? That when you're being led by your Johnson, right, to rationalize and support immoral, disgusting behavior, you are losing. You're losing, and you're not even losing a little bit, you're losing a lot. And in the end, you are going to lose even more. Even more. And sports media has a ton of men or simps who have positions of power and use that power, right, in order to elevate women who might not be deserving, women who are giving them the poom poom. Now, here's a simp and his reaction to after getting the poom poom, and he's elevating a woman who might not have deserved it. Let's go.
Got done with rehearsal
By the way, he deleted this video, by the way, off his Twitter.
for the new show Speed.
I dislike this dude, man. I really do. But let's hear his nonsense.
And I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in?
Now, the thing is, yes, you're correct. It is hard for a woman to get in that position. That's why she has to be experienced, right? And she has to be off her merit, not off her back.
So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight. It's hard to do, and Joy, you have done it. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you, and hope y'all tune in 4:30 to 6 Eastern every day starting next week.
Wake
Crazy, right? Simping at a crazy degree, right? And that's the problem here. You have a culture and an industry that's predicated on men who are just simping to the highest degree in order to get ahead, right? To survive, right? And the people who actually deserve jobs and promotions and all this, I ain't getting it. Ain't getting it. Right. This is a final video we're gonna go through. And I'm gonna peel out. I'm not feeling it today. It is what it is. But I did it for y'all because I appreciate y'all people for tuning in and showing love to me in the channel. And the live stream. Y'all could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. 7 people in the building. Like the stream. Get in the chat if you want to chat about it. And we gonna get to it. Hold up.
I don't know who this Godfrey is. He's a comedian. He's got a pretty good YouTube.
By the way, Jason Whitlock was referring to Godfrey, um, who had called him out about his commentary about this whole thing.
Following or whatever. I just want to play a little quick 30, 40-second soundbite of this Godfrey, and he's upset.
Keep in mind, Jason Whitlock is a coon. I'm not even going to pretend like he's not. He's a Sambo. He is a shuck diver, Uncle Tom type of neat. It's going to be tough for me to pass the YouTube census, but he is not a great representative of what black people who have pride in themselves and respect for themselves should be. But Jason Whitlock, when he's cooking and he's right, he's super right. You know what I mean? But when he goes to his ignorant black people hating takes, he's horrible. Let's go.
Upset with me about Joy Taylor and the stuff we've been talking about on this show. And I'm thinking, this guy's a comedian. And someone gives him great material. Big cans of peanut butter skin. I'm giving you great material. And this is your reaction?
Jason Whitlock. This dude has bugged me for man. He has bugged me for years. What's wrong with this dude, man? It seems like he's always been against African American men, African American athletes. He just seems like kind of a traitor, you know? Jason Whitlock is what I call him. He's always saying shit against us. For some reason, it feels that way. If I'm wrong, you can say whatever you want in the comments. It just feels that way.
I mean, you're right and you're wrong in a sense, right? Because it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag because Jason Whitlock will say some really, really truthful ish and then say some vile, race hating, self hating nonsense, bigoted nonsense. It is what it is. You just have to delineate and have some form of discernment. Let's go.
Who is this clown? I don't know. I'm not going to spend a lot of time.
Everybody knows Godfrey, bro. Get the hell out of here. And you know who he is too. You're just being a salty MFer. Let's go.
Talking about him. But some of these others, and particularly Cam Newton, I am going to come for you today because it's necessary and it's a great opportunity to have a much bigger and broader discussion. Listen, I'm going to start. Let's play Kirk Minihane, and there's all of this naivety and reaction to what I said. And Jason Whitlock think he was going to bang Joy Reid. Jason Whitlock, he's fat. But he couldn't bang Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor's attractive. And I'm just like, these are grown men, allegedly. Grown men, allegedly. And their lack of common sense, street sense, worldly wisdom is baffling to me. Let's listen to Kirk Minihane and his crew. I think this is about 90 seconds.
They're roasting you because you've been a disrespectful person and you don't deserve necessarily benefit of the doubt because you've disrespected a lot of people, right? It's kind of like somebody who's been a bully expecting sympathy once they get beat up. Nah, dog, you've been a nasty, horrible person to a lot of people, so they're going to be nasty in turn, right? So Jason Whitlock acting like he doesn't know people or acting like he is surprised that he gets the type of hate he does. It's a lack of self-awareness, even his dumb ass can't see, right? But when people are going after him and not going after the disgusting corporate culture, the corporate sports media culture, it's dumb as well because you have a situation where the media, corporate sports media, is being called out, and you are just gonna go and roast Jason Whitlock. There's better times to do that. It's not now. Let's go, man. Of course my ish ain't working, man. That's why
Maybe 100
this stream is
seconds
trash,
of
bro.
him and his crew
Stream is garbage.
reacting
It
to
is
me.
what it is.
Yeah.
I know what I'm capable of.
Sexual
That
predator?
big rack of hers that she showed off constantly.
Is this real?
Yeah.
It's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay,
Are you
keep
sure
your
this is
distance.
real? Is AI or
And
no?
he is stone
It
cold
does
looking.
feel like
no,
AI.
it is. It is.
What's he gonna rape her? No, he just
Hey,
said
he knows
if
who he
she-
is.
No, he's not talking about raping her. He said he'd be tempted to flirt with her and engage in an inappropriate relationship with her. Stupid. Like these niggas are so dumb.
Single man.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have taken a shot at
He's
her
a
or something.
disgusting pig, though. Sounds like rape. He's got some swag. He can't contain himself.
He's obese.
In your dirty minds. He's gonna put the moves on her. Is all he's saying.
He tweeted out from his own account.
I mean, he's just snapped though. He's like, he's like,
Oh, he tweeted that.
Yes, this is why
I saw peanut butter skin going around. That's what that was. That's what that
Oh,
was.
He tweeted out this.
By the way, big time play from yeah, I'm gonna show it. I don't care, man. This is a shit stream, so I don't care. Big time play from OSU, Ohio State. They got a scoop and score from Quinn Ewers. I think he was on maybe the 20 or 10-yard line. Sack, fumble recovery, 80-yard touchdown. Huge, as Donald Trump would say, huge. I don't care, man. This stream is going to shit. I don't care no more, bro. I don't care.
I don't want Joy Taylor on my
YouTube about to copyright strike me. I don't care, bro. Let's do it.
show at Fox Sports. That big rack of hers and that peanut.
I do it for the love of the game, man. Show your boy some love. If you're listening on audio only, man, give me 5 stars. Grow the brand, grow the podcast. I'm on episode 98, man. And you know what? I'm just gonna pause for the cause right now, man. I work hard, man. I work really hard. And I'm thankful for everybody that came in and shows love, and people have been supporting my podcast from even episode 1. I look back and I had episode 1, I believe, 2 years ago. Right, that means 2 years of podcasting. I recently got into streaming maybe about a year ago, if not less. Right, so it's been a year of streaming, and to get to 98 episodes, man, it's a grind, y'all. It's a grind, and y'all would think live streaming is easy. It is pretty easy. I'm not gonna cap, but being able to do it consistently. Right, there was a point where I was doing it every Friday. I missed a few Fridays just to chill, take a little vacation. But bro, it is not easy at all, man. It's not easy at all. And my thing is, I just want to thank everybody who shows love and support, everybody who's actually checked out the streams and support the streams. Y'all, I appreciate you more than you know, right? So let's finish off this commentary. I'm gonna dip. I'm really not feeling it today at all, not even in the slightest, but I'm gonna still perform and show y'all the appreciation and respect y'all deserve as a viewing audience. Because without y'all, I'm nothing, right? Without the people watching, I am nothing and I have accomplished nothing. So thank you for even giving me a modicum, even a second of your time. I'm incredibly thankful. You know what I mean? And I appreciate y'all.
butter skin. I know what I'm capable of.
Jesus.
You think she would be interested in his? Do you think that she would want to have sex with him?
Well, I mean,
It's about attitude,
The
baby. You're
allegations are
thinking,
true.
you're thinking about looks.
and
that's true.
at the time some of this was going on, he had a television show.
Oh, that's true.
So
Big deal.
That big rack of hers.
big rack.
Yes.
Keep her skin. What else?
What are they talking about? Did Harvey Weinstein, did he win some amazing beauty contest? Was he some kind of standard in beauty? What world are they living in? What world are they living in where they think some
He's absolutely right. They're attracted to the power. You know what I mean? Some women, actually a good amount of women, are attracted to the power more than the looks of a man, right? What they can get out of a man. Let me be real with you. A lot of women settle, bro. A lot of women settle. Men settle too. They're both genders settle. Look, if a man can provide a woman resources, and resources can be not just money, resources can be a promotion. If a man can provide a woman resources, she's gonna go. She's gonna go. Let me just remind you again the type of individual that Joy Taylor allegedly was fornicating with. Yes, let me show you again. I don't care. This MF, this guy, not a looker, man. Not a looker in the slightest. But guess what? He has power because he was her boss. So she got on her knees and started performing. Power. It's not about looks, it's about power. How did Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, actually, get to what Harvey Weinstein had power, and he used that power in a disgusting way to force himself on women that were not interested in his ugly self. And apparently he had a horrible attitude and personality. You think women were clamoring to go with this ogre, this this gremlin? You dig? No. Nobody wanted to touch this, reptilian monster. But he had money and power. Yes. Yes. And I hate to say it, but used it in a negative, disgusting way to get his way. So yes, as ugly as Jason Whitlock is, you don't think he would have gotten some play if he had more power? You're stupid.
one that go read the lawsuit, go read the 42 page, and I worked at Fox Sports. I know Nushin. I know Joy Taylor. I know Charlie Dixon. I know Skip Bayless. I know Shannon Sharp. I know that world. And I've lived 57 years.
This is the key to my whole stream, man. Homie is talking about the disgusting nature of corporate media. And you could say just corporate in general, where unadulterated ambition runs supreme. You are trying to get to the top of that corporate ladder. And what do you have to do? Sometimes you might have to get on your knees, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. Shake that. But Drake, not shake that. Man, I'm saying you don't have to shake. You have to shake your gargling in your mouth. And not even hands on your knees, just your knees on the damn floor and see what go on. It is what it is. Let's go.
And I've seen a lot. What world are they living in? Where they think that a woman who those types of allegations are made against, and someone who was there at the time and watched how she operated, and you
Get active in the chat, y'all. I'd appreciate for y'all to give me your opinions. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all believe that a lot of women were doing this to get ahead? Let me know.
You think that loose women have some sort of beauty standard that they're beholden to? You think that hot women that sleep around somehow like, oh, I won't go there, but I'll do this and I'll do that. You think that you think that like attractive men have some sort of standard?
Oh, now that's the real ish, man. A lot of alleged attractive men don't have. That's facts. Who didn't know that?
When you've been given over to a reprobate mind, when you've allowed sexual
Oh wow, Quinn Ewers threw a pick with 140 left in the game. That's crazy. Yeah, my stream, it is what it is. I'm having an ass stream, but I'm gonna show y'all what's happening in the game. Threw an interception, man. Trying to throw it down the middle, man. OSU is about to win. You know what I mean? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They're gonna show it. They're gonna show it again. Show the replay, man. Talk your ish, man. But show the replay. Quinn Ewers. I think he's closing double coverage too, man. Look at this ish, man. Oh, launches it. Where's the receiver? Oh my God. Picked off. Smart idea to slide. This ish is over. It's over. Oh my God. Yeah, Ryan
lust
Day. Ryan Day might win a natty. That's crazy. Ball game done.
and your sexual identity and sexual conquest to define who you are. You think there's some place they won't go? This is this is the arrested development or the willful ignorance that's being displayed here, or just the ignorance that's being displayed here. But it's like you wonder why you can't get me to go away. This entire industry has been. Oh God, please, Jason Whitlock, just go away. Don't be relevant.
I will say this. The reason this guy, Jason Whitlock, is relevant is because corporate media, especially the corporate sports media, has been so trash. It's been so garbage, right? Excuse me, so hypocritical. It left an opening. It left an opening for Jason Whitlock to be the alternative. It left an opening for Barstool Sports. It left an opening for, Outkick. All these sideways, right leaning, almost political related sports shows, right? To almost be a balance in the force, if I'm to use a Star Wars metaphor. You know what I mean?
We've done this. We've smeared you in the New York Times. We smeared you at Deadspin. We've smeared you all across social media. We've been begging people forever. Ignore Jason Whitlock. Quit making him relevant. And you wonder why I can't go away? Because look at my competition. These
Facts.
people are know-nothings, and they're cowards. They're know-nothings and cowards. And so the reason why you can't get rid of me is because I'm not a know-nothing and I'm not a coward. There's
No, you're willing to shuck and jive to certain levels. You know what I mean? Let's
That's
go.
what's so comical.
But then sometimes you'll sprinkle in some truth. You're probably batting at a 30% truth rate, 60% BS, and 10 in the
About
middle. Let's
all
go.
this is I compliment Joy Taylor and say, hey, she's got a big rack and peanut butter skin. That's a compliment. She bought that big rack.
Hey, is the allegation true that she bought the rack? Now let's analyze. You know what? F it. I'm actually having fun on the stream, man. Chat ain't active, which is disappointing. Chat, get active. Say something. But I'm actually having fun on the stream. Let's analyze the rack. Does it look artificial? If it is artificial, the doctor did a fantastic job because they do look natural. Now, where it might get dicey is that she has no ass, right? Since she has no ass, at that point, we have to dictate that the thickness might be manufactured. So let's get to it. When a woman, let's be real. I'm being real right now. Let's analyze indeed. Real talk. Shout out to Sleepy Euphoria. When a woman, okay, usually has a big chest, right? She's usually gonna have probably a bigger stomach, right? Unless she naturally has a big chest and she doesn't have any much fat around. You know what I mean? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about a woman with a big chest will usually have a big behind. What is the behind saying? Not much. Not much. You dig? So what we're talking about is this or is it fake? Get in the chat. Is it fake? I think it's possible, right? But I think it's like a small enhancement, not a large enhancer. Meaning she was working with some. She was working with some, and doctor added a little bit some, right? So the big rack, the big cans were just slightly enhanced. You know what I mean? Get in the chat. Get in the chat. Shout out to my boy Sleepy Euphoria in the chat, my dog, man. You know what I mean? We're analyzing the rack, y'all. We're going in. Let me look a bit closer, y'all. Scientific research. Scientific, of course. You know what I mean? We're doing the science. Actually, she has a lot of this on her IG. Let's check her Instagram. Well, what is we doing? You know what I mean? And we gotta be real. When you your whole career, right, is predicated on how you look on TV. Let's analyze the rack again. Let's go. Okay. Okay. My vote is a slight adjustments. You know what I mean? Let's finish this off.
But
Bro,
it's
of
not,
course.
those aren't homegrown racks. That was bought and paid for. You know how I know? And this ain't me bragging, but Cam, I'm about to get to you when you say, you ain't that guy. I bought those racks before.
That's funny. So this dude used to buy titties for bitches.
I put those racks on an Instagram model before. I can recognize it because I know
Oh, so he's a super trick. He was buying women titties.
how ratchet and
The truth will set you free, won't it?
degenerate and reprobate my mind used to be.
Oh, that's funny, but it's facts though.
So you buy them racks so that people
Mm.
notice, hey, she's got a pair of racks. She bought them or someone bought them for her.
Mm.
That's why you do it. And so I just noticed, hey, she's got a big pair of racks. I know what women with those big pair of racks, I know what they do. I know what they're capable of. I know why they put them on display. Because they're sitting there like, look at Whitlock, his simp ass. I put these racks in front of his face and he will pander.
Those are bars. Unfortunately, spitting bars. When a woman does that, and she, right, is advertising her titties, you know what I mean? The guns, the bazookas, the racks, the cans, the biddies, the melons, you know what I mean? The bazookas, ooshwash, gooshwash. When a woman is advertising that, right? She is doing that for a reason. It's for male attention, right? And if she's a stripper or a sex worker, it's for money. It is what it is. Let's go.
And so I'm the bad guy for pointing this out, for pointing out that men like peanut butter skin. I I checked yesterday and asked some of my friends, you like peanut butter skin? Oh, I love peanut butter. Who doesn't love peanut butter? Best time of the year is the summer when everybody, black girls, white girls, everybody's got peanut butter skin. Anybody that wants it, everybody loves peanut butter. But I'm the crazy guy. And Kirkman. I can't believe he said that. That's not AI. He said Big Rack and peanut butter skin. I can't believe it. These people work for Dave Portnoy.
He's cooking. He's cooking with fish grease. Go ahead. Yeah, Dave Portnoy definitely is a fan of Big Racks. Dave Portnoy is lit, man. Dave Portnoy is definitely a fan of Big Racks.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Jason Whitlock said Big Racks and peanut butter skin. They work for Barstool Sports. Think it through. I'm the fake person. They're laughing at me. They work at Barstool.
This definitely triggered him, man. He had to find. I don't even know what Kurt Menefee is, bro. I don't even know. You know what I mean? I don't even know. But he found it. He claims not to know who, goddamn Godfrey is. Of course, you know who he is. That's why you had to go find his clip to say that he doesn't like you. This had him triggered, bro.
Barstool Sports. Barstool. How many IG models, half-naked girls have appeared on Barstool's website? Their entire brand is built on big racks, big cans, and peanut butter skin.
Yeah, that's kind of a fact. They literally had a show called Call Her Daddy about sex, just sex podcast, bro. Let's go.
These are idiots. Help us grow the fear.
Hey man, I'm gonna say it like this. Even though this dude's a fat bastard, but he's absolutely right. Right? You get what you put out. And I'm gonna finish off like this. Ultimately, right, these again are allegations, right? We're not gonna pretend like they're not. But when a woman, right, goes on her social media and boobs are frequently displayed, right? Beach pictures are frequently displayed, right? You have to really think about it. Is this, and she has no ass, right? So is this the type of woman who would not use her body as a tool to get where she wants to go, right? Is it a smart strategy? No, ultimately it's not. But is it temporarily good? Yes, but is it smart in the long term? No, right? Because if you're known as somebody who is giving up the yams for higher positions at work, it's not going to go well for not only your reputation, but the reputation of a lot of women in that industry, right? And those are just my thoughts, man. We done went in for about an hour 30. Hey, man, I was not even feeling it today. I was not feeling like doing a stream, but I appreciate y'all for coming in. And the cans, we have concluded they have been adjusted, small, like my boy said, a small enhancement. But yeah, they're you know what I mean? They're GMO, genetically modified. We can go with that. The cans are genetically modified. This is a crazy stream, y'all. YouTube's gonna play with me. If you want to see the full uncensored stream or podcasts on my Patreon, link in bio. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'm rocking with y'all. It's been Big J TV, the Big Broadcast, episode 98. I'm out. Deuces.